my Transformers family? Welcome to another episode of George Reviews. I am the 80s Transformers fan, and today we'll be taking a look at Transformers Siege War for Cybertron Trilogy. Omega Supreme. Now, this is a review that I have put off for a long time for a lot of reasons. When I first got it, I was excited and happy to have it. Of course, it was an Omega Supreme, it was a Titan class figure. Then I saw a couple reviews. You know those guys that get it like 2 months early ahead of everybody else. And I kind of did not like the way it looked in base mode, and I kind of didn't like a few things about the robot mode. So I wasn't excited about it, and I dread big reviews, so I was kind of not in a hurry to do it. And then saw more reviews, and I was on the fence. I was gonna like sell it off because I saw it start going up in price. Then at one point it had disappeared, and then I eventually got reissued, but it had disappeared, and it was going for like $60 over what I paid for it. So I was like going to sell it. So, but then I got more and more Titan class figures. I did more big reviews, and so now here we are. So I'm gonna open my Omega Supreme. It's been like going on 2 years actually for this figure. I got it when it first came out. Anyway, here he is. Here's that painting style or sketching style artwork, Omega Supreme on the cover. He's reaching for a Transformer. I don't know who that is, and right there, but only other Transformer I can actually make out is Jetfire. All right, and this is the top of the box. Now we can make all these guys out. We got Ironhide, Chromia, Prowl, Optimus, Red Alert, Hound, and Sideswipe. Actually, most of my favorites. Side of the box. This is the same artwork from Siege. If you've seen all the Siege, the same. The Arc in dock, getting ready to blast off. The Arc blasting off. Some of the same characters on the side during battle. Oh, the back of the box. The reverse of the box has Omega Supreme. The actual picture of the product within the box. So, Hasbro down there. So let's get Omega open and check them out. That's gotta be complicated. Now we got a box of tracks right here. Behind the main box is his instructions right here. And we always take the challenge on my channel. We don't use instructions unless we want to break the toy. But yeah, we probably won't use those. And here is Omega in the box. And he's pretty much, shockingly, he's like fully assembled. I thought he would be like some of the other Titans where one arm was off, or you got to connect a leg or something like that. But on here, I love to unbox on camera, but this is a lot of ties, so it might be edited. He might just pop out of the box. And there he is. Not so bad. A few ties. And in the box with him is this god-awful blast effect. I'm going to talk about that. Little dude. And now, oh, he has one more. He has another tie on him. Right there. All right, Transformers family. I am pretty impressed with it out of the box. From what I can see, he doesn't have a lot of paint. The only paint is the red. Like right in here. The rest is like this brownish sand color plastic. There's some paint, silver accents. And the rest is cast in plastic. The Autobot logo. The Autobot logo. It's painted on there. He has some paint on his helmet. Little thing, and some paint. Where you see the red at, it's painted on. And instead of being yellow like the false leg clips from the G1, they are red. They should be yellow. Some more silver on his back. A lot of molded in detail. He's not really that heavy for his size, which is cool. He feels like he has a lot of balance to him, which is cool. Let's take a look at Omega's face. All right, I actually like it a lot. Wow. It's not just some ghostly little face in there. It has some detail. It has layers to it. His mouth is slightly open. He has a little molding on his chin. He has like a little forehead molding in there. It kind of looks like dark side a little bit, like a nice dark side. A little bit closer. Looks really cool. I like what they did with the piping going around here. It's like a gunmetal gray, and it's sculpted very well. Yeah, the helmet has some nice molding in it. A few red paint apps here and there. The little gun turret from tank mode. Check it out. Omega has some molded in detailing up here, which looks great. He has molded in chest guns. They're molded in this yellow plastic and painted beige, brown, whatever. Translucent bit right here, which looks great. All right, we took a look at the abdomen, molded in detail. This is a throwback to Generation 1 where the tank mode would sit in the chest. I don't think it's that way on this one. Molded in detail throughout his legs. Coming down with what used to be actual leg clips right here. Some little fire scorch marks right there. And down to his toes. He looks really, really good. Let's take a look at that shoulder, molded in detail. Arm cannon. The translucent claw arm. Now, I love translucent parts. But my thing is, why is this translucent? You know, I don't get that. Like, I like some stuff you don't have to touch. Some stuff is cool the way it is. And it's sort of like with toy companies, if they use one color with one material, they're gonna use it all over the figure. So I'm guessing maybe it translates to from the blast effects to this. I don't know, but I don't think it should have been translucent. But I do love translucent parts, but it just bugs me a little bit. Maybe if it lit up, then it would be cool. So, and here is the other gun arm, opposed to the claw arm, and the rocket tip right there. Has some scorching on it. There's another paint app right here. This is paint, this lighter brown, whatever, and the silver is all paint. And I got like some scuffing right here and right there on mine. So let's take a look at Omega Supreme's articulation. His head completely 360. He doesn't have like anything like a neck or anything. His head is just kind of sitting right. But wait, oh, it comes up a little bit. Gives him a little bit of up and down. If you see that. So yeah, it popped up a little bit, which is cool. Complete 360. No real side to side to it at all. Coming to his shoulder. Sure 360. He's hitting the backpack back here. Oh wait, I can actually move that out of the way. Bam, bam. I just discovered this is out of the box review. So I will discover things along the way. You might be sitting there like, man, it does this. But I'm figuring it out right now. That's what I do. Got 360 out of that. Got a ratchet over here. That allows his arm to come up to the side this much. Got an elbow band right here. I guess there's no wrist. I guess this would be wrist articulation. This thing rotates. Kind of feels like it might want to come out. All right, I'm going to take a look at his right arm because the claw arm is a little bit different. From the shoulder down, it's the same articulation. And coming to that claw, it has 2 hinges on each claw. You can get it open this far. You can expand it this far at each claw, and it bends at the middle. It's down this far. And right here, I don't know if it's a wrist articulation or not, but it rotates full 360 when he's getting his blast on. So that is pretty cool out of that. Omega Supreme's waist. Strong ratchet. There's nothing blocked. I know it was 360. 360 out of that. Coming to Omega Supreme's thigh joint. Up this far, and it's strong enough, and the leg is light enough not to fall down like some of the other Titans. Back this far, which is funny enough, like he was not a very mobile guy, so this is more articulation than he is ever going to need. Some more scorch marks, some more silver painting right there, some more silver right there. upper thigh swivel, which is excellent. I believe it. I might as well just do it. 360, and it is strong. And for a knee bend, see what I can do. I don't know. It feels like this is all I'm getting out of it. Oh, there we go. It was kind of hard. I didn't want to break it. There is the knee bend right there. And his foot, little meaty foot. See if the toes rock. I think the whole foot, yeah, the toes rock, but the whole foot actually doesn't move. Okay, yeah, it does. Thought it was just the toes, but yeah, we're getting that out of it for a wider stance. But yeah, what about front to back? I think because of how it's molded on the sides right here, like that hinge, it doesn't go front to back. I don't know. I want to break it. Might discover it later during transformation or something, and fill you in on that bit of articulation. But like I said, this toy has been out for a while, so most of you guys already know. So I want to see if I can get the tracks on its back. Open up this little thing. And there are, oh, there's one track, or two tracks. I thought this was two separate, making a total of 4, but it is 2. They're together. So we get a track on his back. I see some clips right here, thinking they plug in somewhere when I turn it around. All right, there are 2 slots right here and a little thing right here. I know it's slotted in somewhere. Try to get this underneath this little backpack and see if I am correct. And that's one down. And that is 2 down. There are the tracks, wing things on Omega Supreme's back to complete the look. His arms seem a little short, like extending out from his body. There is the completed look. All right, I want to take a look at Omega Supreme's new companion, a little doom buggy named Countdown. All right, let's take a closer look at Countdown, shall we? Bring him a little bit closer. And I'm guessing this is some type of Cybertronian vehicle mode because it kind of looks like a doom buggy, but not. He has a big radar dish right here. Molded in detail on that. And the front, the hood of the car, I guess this would be like, obviously it's the legs, but has a couple different designs on it. No real front end to speak of. And the back of the vehicle is the head of the robot. Side of the vehicle, and oh man, it kills me when they do this. Like, we got 2 different rims. We have a pin through this one, and this one's pegged onto the red plastic, which is, hate when I do that. But for some reason, the hands are sticking straight up in the air, and that's how it was packaged, but it seemed like it would go a little bit better with the hands to the back. I don't know. Let me see how that looks. Seems like it makes more sense because he has these guns which can double as exhaust vents, I guess. I don't know. But it was meant to go like that, and that is his Cybertronian Doom Buggy patrolling Omega Supreme, I don't know, companion piece. Let's get this guy transformed. I've never heard of this character before. A lot of times they reuse certain names from different properties in the Transformers lore, but I've never heard of Countdown. So we're going to transform Countdown. These are obviously the legs. So I'm going to bring these around sort of like Beachcomber. And we got him standing up and rotate his arms around. And there we have it. Robot mode. And he has a well-proportioned body. Nice molding details. You can clearly see his abdomen. Some molded in fists. Both hands. And he has these lasers on, or guns on his arm. Nice molded in waist. Has thighs and his legs. Let's take a look at that face. He has blue eyes, which is cool. And they seem to be painted very well. Silver face, and he has like a peg or port thing right in his chest where he can plug into something. And spinning around, I guess, I don't know if his radar goes up or down or what. And that is pretty much Countdown. let's do articulation. The head is not going to move. Kind of reminds me of a G1 Headmaster. The arms rotate 360. They got a little play in and out. A little bit. It's cool. Thigh joints. He can do the splits about that far. Moves legs from front to back that far. And he has a knee bend. I guess is that articulation? I don't know. And he swivels at the waist too. There's a ball joint in there. Legs hollow out in the back. And that is pretty much all we get from this little guy. So let's move on to Omega Supreme's Blast Effects. I saw these. I really didn't like these. I didn't like the dark parts of the blast. I thought they were overdone. And it's like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tier blast here. I think it's 7 total. And we have this package. And yep, 2 more blast effects. Just blast on. Let's get some blast effects on Omega Supreme. Alright, you can have him shooting instead of being blast, I guess. And again, like the smoky parts are just a little too dark. I thought they messed up on that. I don't know. You can take another smoke plume and or bomb, explosion, whatever this thing is, and put it here in the middle of his wrist. And this is some of that, and add this to it. And he's giving Devastator the business. Constructicons. I think you can get 1 in each little claw part. Probably could have left that in. Here. Here. And here. Oh, and I guess let's put them back. Oh, this is a different one. 2 different ones, put it in there, and he's giving them the business. And he also has blast points all over his body. It's siege, and you know what they do. He could take a blast here. He could take a hit here. He has a few. And he probably could take all the artillery the Decepticons, most Decepticons could throw at him anyway. It doesn't look that bad, but man, they just went too far. I think I saw a video. I believe I saw a video. It might have been a post where somebody stripped off the little paint on him or whatever. It looked a lot better. And I might actually try that. But I do not like the smoky plume. It's just overdid. Maybe if they did a couple. But anyway, blast effects. Well, it's time to get Omega Supreme transformed. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to detach these tracks from his back. And then I'm going to slide the arms out from right here. They just snap off. They're held in by a notch right here. You see that? And a clip right here. Put that down for right now. And I'm going to come to the front. Open up this little door here. Open up these 2 doors right here. Then I'm going to take this entire portion out. This is the tank. I can get it out. There we go. This will turn into the tank, but I'm not going to do that right now. I'm going to keep on with the transformation. I'm going to rotate him at the waist. 180. Then I'm going to open the legs. Open these compartments right here. On each side. I think bring these forward, I believe. That's right, and collapse these down and get them down. This part lets down. I remember seeing it on the box. All right, now I'm going to take this and turn to the rocket. Close these, not necessary, but straighten out the arms, and then collapse them down. Collapse them down. I don't know if it goes a certain way. Just collapse them down for right now. Then take these panels right here, rotate, and wait, I'll fold this. Double hinge, 2 hinges right here and right here. Now bring this down, hinge it down, and now it covers up this part. A couple tabs that lock it. You can hear it snap into place, and I believe that is it. And we can stand it down. I'm not going to put it in the position yet. I'm going to set it back here. And now we're going to go for the tank. Okay, let me see. Open up this part, I think. It doesn't open up yet. All right, open up this part and rotate the turret out. Turn it around. These arms up. Lock these into place. Unhinge this. Bring it forward. And there are some tabs right here and some ports right here to connect Omega Supreme's head portion to the tank. And I think it just sits in there. These arms down and close this part. Wait, gotta move this up. And now close this part right here. This thing actually looks pretty good. And that is it for the tank, I believe. Now for the tracks. Take the tracks. Open up the tracks. Open up the supports. Like that. There we go. That's one. Same thing. I think they're identical. They might be equal opposites, but I think they are identical. Well, okay, I know they're opposites in robot mode, but they might be identical. I don't think you can put either one on either side. Yeah, they're the same, at least in this mode. So you can put either one on either side. All right, so I'm gonna take this track. There's some tabs right here on both sides, and they lock into here. So I'm getting them in on my first try. They actually slot in, actually. I'll show you on the next one. Turn them around, and they lock in, and they slot in. It's a little slot right there. The back. This side. And there we go. I don't know if this goes straight down or hangs out around like that. There we go. Here it is. And now we take the rocket portion, and don't let nobody tell you the size doesn't matter, because it clearly does. I have to adjust the camera to get this all in view. Try scooting it back. All right, I moved the camera back to try to get it all in, and from what I can see on the tank, oh wait, I don't think, maybe not. I don't think these things lock in. I know they articulate the angle up to shoot incoming Decepticons or whatever, but I don't think they lock down. And it's a sad thing. I'm gonna get a little bit up close personal with this part too, but the turret and the head will not rotate together. It will rotate on its own. You got to kind of move the head back, and I don't know if I got it correct, but it's not locking in at all. But anyway, I want to show you these little wheels right here go on the track. It's kind of some grooves, but there's a lot of play in the grooves, which I don't like. You get them on the track, and like it's this much play. I think he should fill up the track so he can go around better. Because when you push it around, he's kind of floating off into space. Okay, what I wanted to show you about the tank before I get all up close and personal, these are the wheels that roll, and they're made out of plastic, and then plastic on plastic is going to roll kind of weird, but there's too much space to me, the rails and the wheels, because he has that much room. I think they should have made it tighter, made the wheels further apart, so when you push it around, he just wants to come off like that. All right, let's take a look at the main tank. Check out the molded in detail. Looks very much like the Generation 1. It looks like you would expect or hope it would look out of a Omega Supreme toy, except for one major problem with me, and it's the turret, because it's composed of two pieces. It's composed of the actual head, like it was in the G1, and then they made like a better cannon for it, as opposed to the cannon on the back of his head, this little puny thing. It doesn't move together. It moves independently, and you can't swivel the whole thing. You got to kind of separate it a little bit and move this part, which kind of sucks, and move this part. They should have, I don't know, I'm not a toy designer, but they could have came up with something better than that. Like where one of the other detaches and it moves together once locked into this piece. So that kind of sucks. But it has a lot of cool molded in detailing in it all over it. Just like this one's from Siege. Just like all the figures in Siege. Some of them are over detailed to me. And it looks very much like the Generation 1 tank. They've captured a lot of the similarities, like the little translucent part right here. It's orange over here, and it's like an amber on this one, making it more cartoon accurate. They added something new right here, I guess, to simulate this housing right here, kind of, because the real head's tucked away. They kept the side cannons right here on both of these, even though this one is like yellow and black because of the different plastics. But it's a very, very faithful recreation. Obviously, no on and off switch back here, but it looks pretty damn good. It just doesn't roll around the track that good, in my opinion. Like if you keep pushing, it's going to go right off. Articulation for the tank, the little wheels roll, they're kind of, I say they should have been wider, maybe padded with a little bit of rubber. The side arms or cannons can lift up incoming Decepticon attacks. Fire, so can the turret, but again, it does not turn. You can get some blast effects on this thing. This is one of Jetfire blast effects. I like it better. And you can have him firing from here, or you can take some of his blast effects and put them here and here, and you can get that whole thing going on from the defense-based mode. All right, one more thing before the tank actually transforms and opens up to reveal a troop transport mode or whatever. And you could just imagine the troops running up in here and going off to battle the Decepticons. And even more, it can store a countdown. And now that I think about earlier in the review, I said I thought they just made up the name for this one, but actually I believe he was an Action Master. And I know they try to keep the licenses alive and the copyright on the names by naming toys from previous toy lines, and I believe this is it. I think, maybe, I know somebody will correct me, and I guess maybe even pilot this guy and drive off. All right, now let's take a look at the rocket and the gantry. I'm going to move the rocket, and here is the defense base portion of Omega Supreme. Get it turned around. It's mostly the main body sitting down on his butt reversed with the compartments open up, and you get like a loading bay or entry bay for the rocket. You can get some figures on here. He'll stand up, boom. This little guy, get him in there. We can get world's smallest Grimlock in there, like they're about to board the shuttle. Let me see. Got a G1 Beachcomber for scale to see everything. The guys can get in there. Oh, out of the way, Beachcomber's coming through. And that's sort of how that little area scales and figures you can get in there. And I know he won't fit, but I still want to show you just so you get an idea how big the area is. Okay, I want to get Siege Optimus Prime on here so you can see what you're working with this area if you don't know. And it's pretty much made for miniature figures. There's a lot of molded in detail in the little bay, which some of it was painted. I'm pretty sure Toy Hacks makes a great sticker set for this. I haven't seen it, but I'm pretty sure you can just tell areas that are screaming for stickers. Again, you can see the painted rockets that you can also see and utilize in robot mode. This little part lets up and down. I don't know if it's a complete walkway to the shuttle, and I think the instructions got it down just like that. It's a little bit of silver paint app in there. Some silver right here, silver on the sides. And turning it to the side. Down here you have this compartment right here. It has a painted on soot mark where you can put a blast effect right there. Looks pretty cool. And you can open up the compartment on each side, and it has like a little bay or inner headquarters area in there, in which again you could take one of these smaller figures and put it in there. Can't remember what this is exactly called. It's a little dollar store, Dollar Tree Optimus Prime, and he can stand up in there. And let's see if Countdown can get in there. I doubt it. Maybe if I worked it. Countdown's a little too big. And here is, I have a Titan figure. Don't ask me who he is. I have no clue. And so after wrestling with the video for a second, I got this guy in there. It has some hexagon shaped patterns on the floor, some detailing that they obviously did not have to put in, but they did. And if you have a few of these figures, you probably can put maybe 3 or 4 in there, like they're coming out, going in, or having some type of meeting or whatever. Maybe this is the path they take all the way to the gantry, and maybe come up through here in an elevator and take the elevator to the rocket and get in the rocket for blast off. So let's take a look at that rocket. And I know I'm going to have a hard time keeping it all on screen because it's so long. Screw it back. This thing is huge. I mean, it was the arm in robot mode. Not much more detail going on except for these pieces that were on his back are now incorporated. Rather than separated, I've stood up. And you can open this compartment right here. It has 2 hatches, the top and the bottom, and then there's a space for another little guy. And got this Optimus Prime again. Get him in here, and you can put a guy in there. And I probably can squeeze a Titan Master, and you can put a second guy in there with Optimus, and maybe a couple more. You can squeeze a few more guys in there and lock it up and blast off. Okay, let's take a closer look at the rocket's command center. You can see a screen in there. Looks like a little radar system and dial. Down there on the control panel, several buttons, round and square. Then if we turn and look at the door itself, there's another screen here, some more dials. And I'm pretty sure, I haven't seen them yet, but I know Torhax has made stickers for this thing. And it's just screaming sticker me up in there. Literally. A lot of cool molded in detail, some pipes running down the side compartments in there. And then when you close it, there is a window right here. It's molded in. You can't see through it, but I bet you they make a sticker to go right here. And then I guess in rocket mode, this is the bridge of the ship right here. Some molded in windows right there that I didn't even notice until I just did this little segment right now, which is very cool. Okay, I got him out here next to his G1 version, and you knew I would. For a little bit of scaling comparison, I got to move way back to get the entire rocket and both bases in the same shot. And I'm pretty sure you knew I was going to turn them on and show off his electronic superiority from the G1, me being the 80s Transformer fan and all. Alright fam, I got to Mega Supreme back into his robot mode, so we're going to roll into the size up and a rundown. I'm going to bring out Commander Class Jetfire. Just going to bring out a whole bunch of them. Commander Class Skylynx. I'm going to bring out Leader Class Ultra Magnus. And Voyager Class Optimus, I think. I forgot my class because I got no class. So these are all the Autobots, I believe, from Siege. He might be Earthrise. I think he Earthrise. I forgot. It's all the same rolling toy line. Generation 1 Omega Supreme in bot mode. Check these guys out side by side, the old and the new. Generation 1 Devastator looking tiny. Combiner Wars Devastator. Both of these guys are considered Titan class, but these are the minis of the Titan class figures. Last but not least, Titan class Metroplex. Alright Transformers family, it took me a long time to get to this toy. I didn't think I was going to like it that much, but I love this figure. It is very awesome. Sometimes a toy review just doesn't do it justice. And you think a toy lover and a reviewer like me would have given it a chance, but I let this thing sit in the box for like a year and a half till I finally reviewed it. And I love it. It is awesome. The only things that I do not like about it are the arms. they seem very stubby. I wish they slotted out more to give them more arm. I keep hoping I'm going to find out they actually slot out more, but the arms are stubby, especially trying to get them. That's as far across his body or to the front of his chest as you can get the arms. So the arms are very stubby. That's the only thing. And then every toy, I have like a wish list or things I felt like they should have done or could have done. I wish you had a voice feature and a light up feature. I know they don't do the whole motorized thing anymore, but it'd been cool if his eyes lit up or maybe this chest area lit up and he said, "I'm Omega Supreme," something like that. That would have been cool. But other than that, it's a very cool toy. It's a cool transformation. The tank in base mode could have been a little bit better, but I'm not really down on it. The only thing I didn't like was the two-piece turret thing, the head turret, and it didn't actually turn. So I didn't like that. So other than longer arms and a better turret in tank mode, I have no real complaints about this figure, but those two things I did not like. And this is a great pickup. I mean, I know he's been reissued like, I think 3 times now. At one point he had disappeared. But if you don't have it and you can find it, this thing is very, very cool. And I recommend grabbing it. And with that, I want to thank you all for watching another episode of George Reviews. The reviews where every toy has a story.